Good evening, sexy Londoners. I'm Carlen, your host for this divalicious new show, Sexy Living with Carlen. Thank you for tuning in with me tonight. We not only have a packed show this evening, but we also have a packed studio. Hey studio, we're pretty packed in here? Yeah. So let's get to it, shall we? When I came up with the concept for Sexy Living, I wanted to make sure that this was a safe space to talk about anything to do with maintaining healthy sexual relationships and attitudes. In talking to people I've encountered in my days, one of the big topics that I've always came across was about being single and how to have safe and consensual fun. Well, we're going to talk about having fun tonight, that's for sure. You hear it all the time, live up your single days, because things change a little once you get into a relationship. Okay, don't get me wrong, the awesome factor definitely doesn't go out the door when you do decide to get into a partnered relationship. But being single in comparison is a whole other ballgame for many of us. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about body image, being sexually active, especially with various partners, fulfilling fantasies, being safe, especially after being at the bar all night, consensual play, and where to go in London to hit up all the hot spots. Tonight, we also have a special treat. We have an exciting guest that is sure to rock your world tonight, London. I think this all sounds absolutely delicious. London is a hotbed of sexy singles, between curious university and college students to sent their partner packing divorcees. This city is bursting with hotties that want to be positive community members and make friends with their neighbors. When you're planning on going out, London has a lot to offer in terms of entertainment. If you go online, you can find events going on throughout the city all year round, such as special interest classes for some mixin' and minglin', co-ed sports teams, and of course the nightlife. Restaurants, pubs, bars, lounges, diners, anywhere you go, you can combine good eats and liquid treats is always a happening place to be throughout the city. One of the challenges though is finding the places where other eager beaver singles like yourselves are hiding. If you're single in London, where are all the hotties hanging out? Let's take a look at what hotspots my man on the street, Mike, and I picked up from our night out on the London town.
As we all know, the most important part of any hotspot are the drinks. Now I'm here with Dennis, the bartender here at Villa. Now Dennis, what kind of drinks do most people like to imbibe in?
Our martini list is pretty popular. We also have some wines and scotches, cater to our customers.
What type of wines? Like I see you have a pretty selective grouping of wines. Is it more of a red, white, or what kind of drinks are you guys offering?
Red and whites are neck and neck. You know, we try to take a little bit from all over the world and get a little taste of everything.
So I see you made me a concoction right here. Now this is called the Bond.
Yep.
So that's a manly martini.
It's actually the original recipe from James Bond, the movie series. So it's 2 parts gin, 1 part vodka. The glass is burnt with scotch, and there's a lemon twist in there.
So martinis aren't just for girls, the guys can have them as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so now also for guys' drinks, you have scotch, right? Do you allow water in your scotches, or is it just purely scotch, no rocks?
Personally, I like my scotch straight up, but I mean, whatever you like. That's what
if you're not as dangerous as yourself, you might mix it up a little.
Most people aren't as dangerous as I am.
Okay, now I want you to embrace your inner Tom Cruise and cocktail, okay? I want you to make me a drink, flare it up as much as you want.
Sure.
What are we going to go with?
I'll make one for the ladies. It's our most popular. It's called the pink lemonade.
The pink lemonade, okay. What are we starting with for this?
So first, we're going to take a shaker, fill it with ice. The 3 main ingredients we have, pardon me, limoncello liqueur.
What percent is that? Is that a full shot?
Yeah, it's 1 ounce limoncello, 1/2 ounce of Alizé Red Passion, 1/2 ounce of sourpuss raspberry.
Okay, I'm not that great at math. How many ounces are we up to right now?
2 ounces.
2 ounces in one drink?
Yeah.
So do the ladies start dancing on the table once they have a couple of these, or what?
By the end of the night, it starts to seem that way, yeah.
There we go.
We're going to take a splash of cranberry juice, bar lime, and soda.
Okay.
And pardon me. Give it a good shake.
I haven't seen any flair yet, though, Dennis.
I'm not one for flair, to be honest. It takes away from service. It's all more for show.
So it's about the drinks.
Absolutely.
And the service to the customer. How can you go wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen? So this is a pink lemonade.
That's it.
Well, I'm comfortable with my masculinity. I'm going to take a drink of this.
Sure.
Dennis, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
From Villa Lounge.
I'm here with Des, one of the bartenders at Cello. Cello's actually known for some of the tastiest martinis. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
All right, Des. Well, my favorite martini here at Cello is the Maryland. So, Des, you want to walk me through what a Maryland looks like?
Absolutely. A little ice over here. Grey Goose pear.
Grey Goose is my favorite.
Shot. Smirnoff raspberry. Shot. And peach schnapps. About a shot. Over here. A little bit of bar lime. Grab a glass. Come over here. Lime over in. Sugar it. Over here. Heat.
The sour key topping. I love it.
Pardon me.
Oh, walking around. That's okay.
Strain it out. And you get a pretty little pink color. That's it.
That's the Maryland.
Absolutely.
All right, let me try this out.
Delicious. Yummy.
Definitely my favorite martini here at Cello.
The sour key adds to it.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Des.
No problem.
You're watching Sexy Living with Carlen on Rogers TV.
Whew, is it getting hot in here? Wait, that's just me. Keep watching for more on Sexy Living with Carlen coming up right after the break.
En anglais, I love you. En polonais, kocham cię. En italien, ti amo. En espagnol, te. En français, je t'aime. En anglais, I love you. En polonais, kocham cię. En italien, ti amo. En espagnol, te quiero.
And you're back right here on Sexy Living with Carlen. Tonight we're talking about being safe, sexy, and single, along with some of the hot spots in London. So let's keep looking at some other hot spots that Mike, my man on the street, and I found. Hi, I'm here with Eddie, owner of Lavish Nightclub. Eddie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Now, Eddie, I know I've been here a bunch of times, but let's talk about what Lavish is all about so we can maybe tell everyone else what the great thing about Lavish is.
To be honest, I think the most unique thing about Lavish is our clientele. We have a really diverse clientele. It's a big melting pot for all diversities, races, old, young, gay, lesbian, transsexuals. We really try to make everybody feel comfortable here. So that's what really makes Lavish what it is the clientele.
Yeah. Now, would you say Lavish is the gay bar here in London?
I feel like we cater to the dancing crowd. If anybody wants to come and dance, I think we're the premier spot for that. But there are other gay locations as well. If you want to just, chill, have a beer, there's Brennan's Beer Bistro. But for dancing, I think a lot of people tend to come to Lavish. We have a great sound system, amazing light shows. We really theme our events, go all out, get amazing drag shows in Toronto, go-go dancers. I paint their faces up. For instance, the past week we did Jungle Fever for Pride London. I decorated the whole place in just a big lush jungle, there's no spot missed. Yeah.
London definitely has a fabulously vibrant and diverse community, most definitely. So thanks, Eddie.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Cools with Rich, the manager. Now, Rich, you have a bit of a sports bar vibe going on here.
Yes, we basically kind of have that sort of sports atmosphere here. We've got a bunch of TVs in here, so we kind of draw that sort of sporting crowd. We also have, the sporting package here as well. So there's any sport you want, any kind of game. That's basically we offer it.
So who makes the decisions on what sports, what games? Is it kind of a bet, draw straws between the wait staff here, or how is that figured out?
Well, it's kind of like seasoned, right? So you got hockey in the wintertime, and football in the summer, and baseball as well. But it's more or less up to the bartender. They're pretty intact with what basically happens in the sporting world. So, but if anybody comes in or whatever and wants to watch a certain game, whatever, and we basically can arrange that for them.
Now, for those of you who haven't been here before, I kind of like to think of Joe Cools as almost like a mullet. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
good.
kind of have the business in the front,
Yeah.
and then I know late night it gets a party in the back on the dance floor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's run as a restaurant during the day, you know, but at a certain time we do kind of get into that sort of clubbish atmosphere. We have DJs and stuff as well, so you know there's dancing going on in the back, and it's yeah, it's kind of offers a whole bunch of different angles here. So you get kind of more or less the sitting, sort of chatting bit in the front, and then dance party in the back.
So, and what is the Polish penthouse? Do I even want to know what goes on down there?
Yeah, it's basically opened up on our weekends, and we have it. It's more of a party room. So if you wanted to book an event or whatever, you wanted to like a little special, I don't know, get together. I guess I kind of look at it as like your own little stag and dough because you have your own bartender. It can be kind of intimate, but yeah, but you're in the basement.
Now, do you have to rent that service out, or kind of how does one go about kind of taking over the Polish penthouse?
Yeah, you can just call, book a reservation. There's no charge on it. So basically, it's just a simple phone call, and if we're available at that time, you can slide your party in there.
Perfect. Thanks, Rich. Over to you, Carlen.
Both of those places are always busy, have a great vibe, and both indoor and outdoor space, which helps mix it up a little. Going out and meeting new people is fun, whether you're interested in one of the 3 C's, chatting, connecting, or companionship, temporary and long-term included. Your success in the scene is dependent upon a couple quick tips. Number 1, having a solid wingman or woman, which I have been known to be frequently, helps keep the conversation flowing and their friend entertained while you throw down some sweet moves. Number 2, humor. And I'm not talking about lame pickup lines. Keep it easy, breezy, and light. This isn't a job interview. It's a good time. And number 3, confidence. Rock your stuff. You're hot. You bring plenty of great things to the table, and you should be proud enough to show it off. If you don't believe in what you bring, how do you expect anyone else to? So what's the easiest way then to stay safe as a single? Always carry a cell phone, a condom, or a dental dam or female condom. Sometimes we become eager beavers after a spark has been made with someone we just met, and getting in between the sheets or not even getting past the stairs does happen. Being able to text a friend who you may or may not have just ditched, call a cab at the wee hours of the morning, or phone a friend are all situations where having a cell phone is handy. It is also important to be responsible for your sexual health. So carrying a barrier method to protect against STIs, sexually transmitted infections, is just as much your responsibility as it is your handy hookups. Unfortunately, in hot and heavy situations, it can be distracting to have when was the last time you were tested and full sexual history talk. So make it easy. Just always use either a condom or dental dam. Always disclose if you think there might be something funky going on with your sexual health. And then hold on tight for the ride. Cell phones and condoms. Easy, right? Everyone has seen many a walk of shame, especially down by campus, but being able to remember these couple tricks will turn that into a walk of gain. Coming up after the break, I'll be introducing my guest, so stay locked right here on Sexy Living with Carlen.
En français, je t'aime. En anglais, I love you. En polonais, kocham cię. En italien, ti amo. En espagnol, te quiero.